Matt,
Yeah.
how in the world are you? Gassy.
Yes. I'm pretty good. Did you use the word pithy?
Pithy.
Pithy?
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means like spicy, like interesting. Opinion, like opining.
Oh, you know opinions are illegal. I'm doing okay. Let's see what it's been. 2 weeks. I've had it for 2.5, I guess. Maybe. I don't know.
Since
I'm
when?
pretty good.
Since you did a podcast?
No. I was gonna say a thing. I don't know if you guys talked about it last week. I got a Switch. It's really cool.
Go get it.
Okay. Really?
No.
Oh. So I thought about having it in here and me just being like, eh.
You have the one with the color scheme that tempts me more so to eat it.
Yes. I have the delicious fruit by the foot colors.
Do you know what colors the neon Joy-Cons are to me?
What?
Cereal colors.
Cereal colors?
Yeah, like if you were to open up a box of like Fruit Loops or Trix. I almost said Twix. No, that's a candy bar. Trix, those shades of red and blue would be in cereal.
Looks like you bite into it and it'd be like an Airhead. A really, really thick Airhead.
And it comes with NFC. Oh,
Yeah.
HD Rumble.
Makes my stomach go. But yeah, I got a bit of a raise, and
Raise the roof.
I had already been getting a little crazy because I hadn't done anything in a while. I hadn't like seen a movie or gone out to like kind of a fancy restaurant or like purchased anything that wasn't like to feed me, like at a fast food restaurant or something that I
You didn't
need.
treat yourself to something
Exactly.
for a long time.
After spending all that money on my computer like a few months ago, I was like, I need to empty my bank account again. What can I get that I need
Or want.
Yep. And I was just like, you know what? Super Mario Odyssey had just come out. I wasn't like, I think when we had talked about it, I had mentioned that I might get it when it had been out for a while and it didn't look like a game that I was into. I was very wrong. That is probably the most fun Mario game I've played since... I think my favorite 3D Mario game is either Super Mario Sunshine or Super Mario Galaxy. And Super Mario Odyssey has now become my favorite 3D Mario game.
I will say this. I haven't played it yet. But the few minutes that I spent watching you play it, it's not very fun to watch. At all.
I imagine. But it's so fun. And it really is a really good game. I don't know, a lot of people have been talking about it the way that they talked about Breath of the Wild, saying that giving it like 9s and 10s, and it's like, oh, it's the best Mario game. This has been out in such a long time. This is so good. It is a really good game. There are a few things with it that I'm like, I don't know how I feel. Or just, I don't know, they might just be like little peeves of mine. They may not even be like reasons to not make it that big or that good of a score, but it's definitely a really fun game, and I'm glad that I got it. And the reason I got that instead of Breath of the Wild is because I'd already played a little bit of Breath of the Wild before, and this is a game that I hadn't played at all. So, and also like those two games are really like the best games you can get on the Switch.
Oh, easily.
Because everything else is just like
Mario and Zelda.
it's a third party indie game or an indie game of an actual game.
Except for today.
What came out today?
Combined with like today's releases and last week's releases, because last week you had Doom. 2016 Doom.
On the Switch?
Yes.
Oh.
And it runs pretty well. 30 frames as opposed to 60 frames. And it's 720p, but hey, it runs. And today, L.A. Noire. Yeah, L.A. Noire. Came out for it along with Skyrim.
That's right. The dude who I got it from, I had gotten there and I just asked him, I was like, do you guys have any Switches by chance? He's like, oh yeah, we have a lot. And they even, like, they had a piece of paper on the front door that said, like, Switches in stock. And I was like,
I didn't even see that.
well, I had seen it, but I was like, I wonder how long that's been up. He's like, no, that's been up there for, like, a week or two. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And, yeah, he just handed me a box, and it was the one with, like, the colors. And I didn't even ask if he had a gray one. I was just like, oh, okay. I guess this is the one I'm getting. I'm a very easygoing person. Like, if you just give me something and I'm like, it's around what I want, there's like a few things that are like, oh, could I have the slightly different one? I'd just be like, nah, it's too much work for them. I don't want them to do it. Okay. So I'd got that. And then Mario Odyssey, got a screen protector because they had recommended it.
Yes.
And also, before I purchased everything, I'm really glad that I did this. I looked down at like what it was, because it was around like 400 something with the screen protector, and I looked down and it said like 449 or something. I was like, that's a really expensive screen protector. And I asked him, I was like, why is that screen protector so expensive? You said it was like 10 or 15 bucks. He's like, what? I was like, it's saying 4. You charged me for 1-2 Switch. I was like, oh, sorry. Every time we ring up a Switch, for some reason, that also pops up. I was like, oh. He's like, I don't want that.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, got that. Played that a lot. Been playing Destiny 2 a lot more. Actually, you know what? I beat Super Mario Odyssey, and I beat Destiny 2. I've been having a lot better connections to the servers recently, so I've been getting like...
Now that you've beaten it.
Yeah, well, the only reason I did is because I had like a few days where I was able to put like 3 or 4 hours into it whenever I got off work. So beautiful. That game is so much fun. I can't wait. And I think the first expansion comes out like December 5th, I think.
Something about Osiris.
Yeah. So, new weapons already, new armor, new story, new places to explore, so that'll be really fun. I also really, really liked that game.
Destiny 2.
Destiny 2. But right now,
Destiny?
I'm trying to get as many stars as I can in moons in Super Mario Odyssey. Because you can beat the game off of 120 moons, which I think it might be like the bare minimum you need, or like, I think if you just get the ones that you like, you at least need to go to the next place. I think that's enough moons to like get you to the end of the game. 500 gets you the good ending or the secret ending. And it also gets you another place to go to. And then I think there are 800 natural moons in the game. But you can get up to 999 because when you beat the game, you can, in every world, as you're going throughout the game, you come across like little stores where you can buy like the hats and the costumes, change into Mario. One takes purple coins, which is like, they're different for each world. The other takes like gold coins, and those are like accepted everywhere. So in the gold coins, you can buy a moon in each place, but you can only buy one. Well, when you beat the game, I won't spoil it, but the stores now let you buy moons infinitely, or you can buy them in like bulk. Like you can buy like 10 at a time.
Hmm.
Instead of like having to like do and go
One,
through the animation.
2.
Like, yeah, you can just buy 10. And that's 1,000 coins. So you can get up to 999. But if you just find them wild in each world, there's only 800. I don't think anything happens after you collect 800. I think it's just like you collected them all. And it's just like bragging rights.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to try and do it. But there's no way I'll be able to find them all because there's a lot of them that are just like, it's called hint art. They're just like little frames all around the worlds of like, you need to go back to this world and you need to find like this location, and it gives you like 1 or 2 hints as to like where that might be. And some of them it's like, this NPC to this like umbrella to these pillars. What order? And it's like, oh. What? So, I purchased the like super edition or whatever version of the guide for the game that should be getting here. Hopefully,
Such a noob
Yes.
using guides.
Yeah.
Don't look at that stack of guides that belong to me.
just 2 stacks that big of guides. Maybe not that big, but there's a lot of guides. But yeah, I need it. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. I don't think I've been playing anything else. But also Pokemon Ultra Moon or Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon came out, I think today.
They did, yeah.
Today or yesterday, yeah. And I'm really considering about buying it. But I was planning on getting Breath of the Wild since I just beat Mario, and I really want to get that. But I also
really want to sink your time into something.
yeah.
Get Zelda.
But I also really want to get the new Pokemon game because there's new Pokemon in this one. They just say it's like, oh, it's an alternate world, you know.
I would do Pokemon first, since I know how much you love the series, and you're probably going to be done with that one a long time before you're done with Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah.
There's so much to do in that game.
They've actually added a few more things to do.
They did, yeah.
I have to do it all over again. And I haven't even beaten the Pokemon Moon game that you got me. I need to do that.
Yeah, do that first.
So many things. But what have you been doing?
So, I'm pretty sure I talked about the fate of my Samsung Galaxy S7. Its untimely demise. Davy Jones' locker.
Did you actually?
Waterlog.
Did you actually?
Hmm?
Are you just talking about when you just like went into the ocean with it, or did
Yeah.
you actually? Oh, I thought you were like, I threw it in the lake.
No, I still have it. It's just useless and dead. So I was forced to go back to using my Galaxy S4, which, when I first got, was not a bad phone. But since all these updates and I don't know what else to blame it on but updates, and the phone is like barely even usable as just to use as the GPS, which I rely on a lot. We live in Nashville, and it's a big place. It's very spread out, and I go to new places all the time, so I need that in my phone, like minimum. So last few weeks I've been looking for an Android phone. Like, what's the best Android phone on the market? And I'm pretty much done with Samsung phones. My wife has an S8. I looked all over for a case that would keep the screen protected. No case keeps that screen safe. So yeah, her screen is cracked on that, and I'm just done with Samsung because they make cool phones with glaring issues. I love the S7. I wish it was waterproof, but even that was getting slow, and I had it for about a year and a half. So nothing I looked for really was like tempting that much. Like, I've heard about the OnePlus phones. Like, have you heard of those? Well, it's stupid because they number them, and the one that they're up to now is the OnePlus 5. So I'm like, so the 6?
No, this is the OnePlus 5. The OnePlus 6 isn't out yet.
No. That would be the 7.
No, that's the 6. OnePlus 6 is the 7.
But I read about a phone that was going to come out on November 17th that was made by the gaming laptop manufacturer Razer. Without any specific name, just the Razer phone. And it's it's a gaming phone without a gaming gimmick. It's just a powerful phone with I think the display is 120 hertz refresh rate, which is unheard of in a phone. But like a gaming monitor, yes. And some games play that high on it, mobile games, but I'm probably barely going to play any mobile games on it, if I'm being honest. I don't game much on a phone. But that's not why I got it. I just wanted a phone that has very good internals that will, I guess, serve as a primary driver for the next couple years at least. And I still have a horrible cough. So yeah, got the Razer phone. Let me tell you something. Searching for this phone on Google is annoying. Because when you type in Razer phone,
you get the Razer.
The Motorola Razer without the E. Like, oh, you want to buy this phone? No, I do not need a phone that is 12 years old.
You don't want that slick flip phone?
No.
I think they actually came out with a
flip phone that's Android.
No, yeah.
Yeah. So, I just got it today. It just came out today. So far, so good. The speakers on it are incredible. It's easily the loudest phone I have ever heard. Front-facing speakers. It's like Dolby Atmos as far as the sound goes. It's not activated yet because I actually have to switch carriers to make it work because it's not on my current carrier. That also means I will actually be getting a 615 phone number finally.
Welcome to the club.
I've only lived here for 5 years. It's about time, right? So aside from that, I beat Mega Man Extreme. Good game. I'm going to keep it. It's a mixture of, I kind of said this last week, but it's a mixture of Mega Man X and X2. Bosses and power-ups and all the good stuff.
Does it have both the Hadouken and the
Shoryuken? Yeah, both of them. But they're not one-hit kills. But they're easier to pull off, they're easier to find, but they're not one-hit kills. But they are easily your strongest weapons.
I was gonna say for Mega Man X, I really like using the Hadouken, but you have to actually put in the Street Fighter one, and I've never played Street Fighter before. If that's not true, I've played it maybe once or twice, and I'm just not good at it, so I just button mash.
So you get, and I do have to say, you get both of them at the same time. They're very easy to pull off. They don't make you do the motions. You just charge up your Buster, hold up for the Shoryuken and release B, or hold down and release B for the Hadoken. It's really, so you've got to have all of the armor, all the armor of light to unlock it. And I actually went to the place. I found it completely on my own without a guide, just playing the game, and it was really tough because you have to. In platformers, sometimes they'll have platforms that change direction when you jump on them, and you have to get this thing through like a maze to get to where you get those two moves. And getting there was such a pain. And then when I got there, there was nothing there. I was like, well, that was a waste of time. And then I found out, oh, you have to have all of the armor to get those moves. So I actually played through half the game, then started over and played through the whole thing. I also, this whole week, I think I started on Monday, started Sonic Colors on the DS, which I've never played the DS version. Played the Wii version. The DS version is actually longer than the Wii version, if you're just playing the normal game and not collecting, red rings. I liked it. It's good. It's a Sonic game on the DS.
Are you looking into getting Sonic Forces? The good game.
You say it's a good game? There's actually the internet is legitimately split on it.
I know. It's very confusing because it's
a lot of people are saying, yeah, it's okay. It's not as good as Generations, but it's okay.
That's how I kind of feel, but just based off of what I've seen. Because so far, I haven't seen any kind of weird glitches in the game, so that's good. That's always a good.
It's also only $40. So, I feel like reviewers should put that into the equation. Kind of like, oh, you're putting in loot boxes and all this premium content on the side that they want you to just keep pouring money in. I'm going to grade this game a lot more harshly now. I feel like that should be a rule. But I think game journalists are just paid nowadays for their reviews. It's sad. Even some YouTubers probably. But 'tis the world we live in.